What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ Prospect Profiles. Today we're going to focus in on Nicolas Kerdiles, product of the U.S. National Team Development Program, committed to Wisconsin for next year, who will be a top 2-round pick in the in this 2012 NHL Entry Draft. Product of, like I said, the development team, and before that, the LA Selects Junior Kings, a Irvine, California native, not exactly, Bloomingdale, Minnesota, or Boston, Massachusetts when it comes to producing hockey players, but he's actually got a pretty interesting bio. He both his parents are French. Like Kerdiles comes across as a Romance language, and French obviously is. And he spent some time in France growing up. I was actually born in Texas, and spent most of his formative years in California. So, pretty good sense of geography. But back to the way he plays hockey. He's a dynamic power forward, like I said, committed to be a Badger next year. Had 9 points in 6 games at the Under-18 Worlds, and 13 points in 18 games with the development team in the USHL. I got to see him play against BU. Incredibly skilled kid, big kid. Like I said, 6'2", 200 pounds. Ideal NHL size for power forward. Just gives you everything he has on a night-to-night basis, every shift. That's one thing you need to see. And being a product of the development team, the pro style game is there. Training, the conditioning, all that comes with being a quality professional hockey player is taught there. And I think he'll be a big part of the U.S. next year at the World Juniors. And he's going to go play it for a great coach, Mike Eves at Wisconsin, who's developed so many great professional hockey players over the years. Having said that, I think he is a few years away. I think you're going to have to wait and let him blossom at Wisconsin. But I think when you look at what he can do, he's good. I think one thing I read in hockey news is he needs to cut down. He tends to take a long shift, which I think we're all guilty of. If he can cut back on that and make his shifts more, when you play as hard as he does, and you're playing as long on the ice as he is, you're worn out at the end of the game. If you can shorten his shifts a little bit, and I don't think it's a selfish thing. I wouldn't. I think it's honestly wrong to say that. He's out there too long. He's being selfish. I think you're doing what you can out the team when you're playing hard. How can you call that selfish? And you're disregarding your own body. Throwing yourself in front of shots and making hits and taking hits. How can you be labeled as a selfish player? I don't think that's how he plays at all. But I think he, good dynamic power forward that can, kill penalties, win faceoffs, and do all that for you, and still score and be tenacious. I think that'll be a definite gem. And like I said, let him blossom. Let Mike Eves do his thing, and you will have a guy who can really play at the next level and be a great professional hockey player for years to come. That's all I got in this episode of the Power Play with CJ on Nicolas Kerdiles of the U.S. National Team Development Program. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the playoffs and beyond. Later, guys.